everyone, it's Jamie and welcome back to my channel and welcome to another weekly crafty update. I say crafty because it's going to be including cross stitch, knitting, possibly crochet depending on something I'll talk about later, video game talk, and some book talk because I'm trying to read like 50 books this year or something crazy. I can't remember what my goal is. I think it was 50. To start off this video, I will be making a list of the things that I would like to get done in the next week, and I'm not going to be mad if I don't get these things done. It's just they're the things that I would like to try and do, and making a list helps me if I'm having a time where I'm just like sitting scrolling on my phone. Then I can go to my list and be like, you should be doing this thing here. So one thing I'm going to do, it's going to be my first thing, is I would like to work on the project Little Gamer, which is artwork by Medusa Dollmaker, charted by Gecko Rouge. I would just like to work on it for one day, which I think I'm going to work on it today and just try and get that out of the way. So I'm going to show you where I am on Little Gamer, and spoiler, I have not worked on this one in a while and I want to have this finished this year, so I need to get stitching on it. And so I'm going to work on it today and just see what I can get done. I love this artwork so much. Last year I worked on filling in and doing a lot of like the main characters, but I still need to do the background, and so the background is going to take a while, and that's what I will be working on today. And I'm hoping I'll be able to get like a good chunk of this background filled in, and then just I need to slowly start working on it more. But I have been focusing more on Drinks on the Beach just because that one is one where I need to get the 6 pages finished to be able to get the reward charts, which takes me to Drinks on the Beach. I need to work on Drinks on the Beach more. The second part of it's a stitch along, it's the Haid 2025 stitch along. The second part comes out April 1st, so I would really like to get close to being finished with the first part. Here's where I am. I have been working on this the last couple of weeks in my videos, so if you've been following, you've seen me working on it. I think I just reached over 50% of the first part finished, which yay! And I need to get more done. And I'm getting to a point where the sky was really easy to do because it was basically all a couple of colors, so it didn't take that long. But this area here is where there starts to be more like clouds that are gonna have like color changes, and then there's also going to be some drinks starting over here, and so I'm not sure how much confetti the drinks are gonna have, and so that might be the part where I start getting slowed down. So I think for Drinks on the Beach, I would like to try and do 3,000 stitches this week, which is probably a lot because Autumn Harmony takes me forever, which takes me Autumn Harmony by Maxine Gad. Need to work on her because I would like to also have her finished this year. I think that's going to be like a big thing you'll see, is that I am focusing more on only a few projects. I'm not switching projects as much this year, but the things that I'm working on, I would like to try and get finished this year. I want more finishes. I also have not started anything yet this year, and so I wanted to be like, yay to myself, because it's almost April and I have not had any new starts this year because I technically started this at the end of 2024 because it came out early. Autumn Harmony, anyways, I would like to have her finished this year. I'm currently working on this corner and I am trying to fill in the 10 stitch high blocks going down. So these top 4 blocks are completely filled in all the way across the top, and now I am just slowly working my way down trying to get this side of her filled in. And so I think this week I would like to try and do 1,200. I need to start increasing how much I'm doing on her every week to try and get her finished sooner because I would like her done. Also, she is on 18 count 2/1 full cross. This is 32 count 1/1 half cross, and this is a 25 count 2/1 half cross. So just because I think I forgot to mention that. Other things that I would like to do for other crafts is for knitting, I would like to work on my vest. I am working on the Athelian vest by Fable Knitwear, and the last couple weeks I've been working on a hat. I finished my hat, yay, which means that this is currently my only knitting project, I think. So I think for the vest, I would like to try and finish the body because you're starting the vest from the bottom, working up. So I would like to finish the body part and get to wherever you start, like the shoulders, I think. I haven't looked at the pattern that closely, so I would like to finish the body. And I am knitting that using yarn from, they used to be called Geektastic Fibers, now they are called Fandoms and Fibers. And this is the colorway Morgana, and I love it. And you use a fingering and a mohair held together. So I'll be working on my vest. I don't think I'll be working on flowers for the one wrap cardigan this week because I still need to order more of the yarn for that, which is the Red Heart flower power yarn, I think is what it's called. And I still have enough to make like a couple more. I actually started another one, but I haven't finished it. But yeah, the yarn's almost gone. I need to order more, and I'm not sure yet where I'm going to be ordering it from because I don't think Michael's had it in store, and I think I would have to order from Yarnspirations. I need to check. And so I need to order the yarn. I'm gonna write that down, order the yarn, because I keep forgetting to do it. I need to order the yarn. I would like to finish this book, The Teller of Small Fortunes, which I had started before, and I'm getting really close to finishing. So finish book and play a game, because I had been playing Dragon Age. I would like to keep playing Dragon Age, but also my kids have been using my PS5, so I might just play like a Switch game or something because I have a ton of Switch games that I also need to play. And there we go. Because one thing I've been trying to do is focus on more of my hobbies and do other things other than just cross stitch, because last year all I did was cross stitch. I wasn't reading that much, I feel like, and I wasn't playing any games. I don't think I finished any game last year. So there we go. That is my plans for this week. The first thing I'll be working on is Little Gamer, and I'll just be working on it for today. So hopefully I'll be back with an update on Little Gamer. It is now Tuesday and I am back with an update. So since my last clip, I have worked on a few different things. I will start with Little Gamer. I worked on that this weekend for 2 days because I did not stitch a ton over the weekend. I think I got like 500 stitches in over the weekend, but then we did some like cleaning, we had to go shopping, and then we also did a Mario puzzle on Sunday, and so I was just doing other things and not stitching. So here is Little Gamer. I am working on filling in the blue on page 1. So what I did on page 1 is I outlined all of the spots where there's like blocks or the stars, and then that way I can just fill in the blue without having to count, and it makes it easier. I don't have to like look at Pattern Keeper. I just know that all of this area here is the background blue. So it's going to take a while because there's still like 16,000 stitches of this blue, but it will get done eventually. It just might take a little while. So I did this over the weekend, and then yesterday I was like, I need to start working on another project, and so I was between Drinks on the Beach and Autumn Harmony, and I picked Drinks on the Beach just because I like the colors of that project right now. Like they're very like, you know, bright summery colors, and the weather here is just starting to get nice. Today is supposed to be like almost 70 degrees, which is very nice. I like it a lot because it's been cold for a while. And it's been really rainy here recently, so I am happy to have a day where it's not raining. So here's Drinks on the Beach. Yesterday, I think I did like 200 or 300 stitches, and I was working on this blue color right here. I think I want to try and finish the blue because I think there's this patch goes down farther of blue, and then I will most likely pick and start filling in like the clouds and stuff like that. I'm going to save the bottom area for last because part 2 will come out, and then I can, in Pattern Keeper, you can export your progress from part 1, and then you load the part 2 that they send you into Pattern Keeper, and then you can add your progress from part 1 into that. And so then that way I will be able to just work from part 1 down to part 2, and I'll just be able to use the colors down, so I won't have to like end colors that might be on the bottom part. So that is my plan for Drinks on the Beach. I'm going to keep working on it today, and then I think tomorrow, which is Wednesday, I'll have to switch over to Autumn Harmony because I need to get stitching on that, and it's going to take me a long time because it's full cross. So that is my plan. Other things that I did, I was working on my vest from Fable Knitwear, and I'm almost finished with the body. I tried it on and I put a marker where I was. So I was here, and I figured out that I would probably want it to be another like 2 or 3 inches before I started casting off for the underarms, and then you start to do the like strap shaping and the ribbing for the neckline. So I am getting close to where I need to be, but I am not there yet, so I can't cross it off of my list. That is all that I have for this update, so I will be back once I have done my stitching on Drinks on the Beach and I switch to Autumn Harmony. I am back and it is currently Friday, which means it's time for my final update for this week's video, and I am going to admit that I did not get a lot done on my list this week. So I ended up reading a book series, which I'll talk about later, and I just got sucked into reading and just kind of was not doing other things. So I'll talk about the small amount of cross stitch that I got done. So here's Drinks on the Beach. I worked on it for one more evening and I filled in more of the blue stitches here. And so this blue section is, I think, filled in, and then the blue keeps going more, I think, a little bit down here and then a little bit over this way. I don't remember. I need to look at the chart. So I did a tiny bit on that. I did not reach my goal of getting 3,000 stitches in on this piece the last week. And part 2 has come out early. So today is Friday, I think it's the 28th, and part 2 was supposed to come out the 1st, but they did it early so that people can stitch it over the weekend, which is nice. And so now part 2 is out, which means I can start filling in some of the colors here that were on page 1, because now I will have the page below, and I think the part 2 release is this full second row, so that will be fun, which means I can actually get the 6 pages finished that I need for the reward charts. So at the end of the year, if you have 6 pages, 6 full pages finished, you will be able to get all the other stitch along charts available, and I want that. So I need to finish the 2 parts that have been released, and that way I will be able to get the reward charts, and then I can technically put this piece away and just focus on Little Gamer and Autumn Harmony. So I would like to kind of try and just get this done now that everything that I need is out for it. So Autumn Harmony, I did not do a ton of stitching on her either, so I think I ended up getting like maybe 500 stitches in. I don't even know if I have a before picture, but here is where she is now. I was just working on filling in more of the stitches, working my way down. So I'm actually trying to fully fill in this section, and it's been going well. It's just a little bit slow because you're changing colors a lot, and then I'm like parking a ton of threads and stuff. So there's Autumn Harmony. Like I said, it was only like 600 stitches, so it wasn't amazing. And then knitting, so that was something that was on my list that I also did not get to exactly where I wanted to. I wanted to finish the body on the vest that I'm working on, and I think I might be ready to do the cast off for the underarms. I just need to try it on one more time. So this is where I was, and this is where I knit to. So like I said, I just need to try it on and see, because it's, I think, supposed to be like a cropped sweater, so you don't want it to be too long, but I also am like 5'7", so usually I do need to make things a little bit longer in the torso so that it's not too cropped on me. So there is where I am on that. I'm not going to check it off because, like I said, I need to try it on first and see if it's a good length, and I will put that over there. Other things, ordering yarn. I ordered the yarn that I need for the Flower Power wrap cardigan I'm making using the Red Heart yarn, so these squares. I have enough yarn to make one more of the square in this color, but I need to get one more skein, and then I also need to I ordered the other color that I need, which is called Black Dahlia, and then I also ordered the yarn that you use for the edging. Like there's like a little, I don't know what you'd call it. In knitting, obviously it's rib. I don't know if it's ribbing in crochet. I don't know what you would call it, but there's like a little edging that goes around it. So I ordered that color too, but I ordered it from the Yarnspiration website, and I don't know how long it's going to take to get. When I ordered it on the website, it said that there would be a delay of like 8 to 15 business days or something because they had a high amount of orders. And then after I ordered it, I got another email later saying that there would be a delay. So I don't know how long it's going to take to get the yarn, but it's fine because I have a lot of other things to work on anyways. And then finishing the book that I was reading, which was The Teller of Small Fortunes. I did finish that book. It was very like cute and, you know, I don't want to say like lighthearted because there was some like serious aspects to the book where like she is technically an immigrant. She is from a different place. She looks different from the people where she is currently at. And so like there is some feelings of like how she feels like kind of like she doesn't really belong, doesn't really fit in. People look at her different. So like there is some serious topics that happen in the book, but it's also kind of, you know, like a story. She meets people along the way that she ends up becoming friends with, so like lighthearted in that aspect, if you know what I mean. And kind of like, you know, the ending ends up being happy. Do you know what I mean? Like, it's one of those books where like it's not super sad and deep like the other series that I'm currently reading. So it was a really good book, and she tells small fortunes. She travels around with a wagon telling people fortunes, but it turns out that she can see like bigger fortunes, other like people's future, but she doesn't like to use that ability. But there are people who are after her who want her to use that ability, and she ends up meeting a group that she ends up traveling with, and she is trying to help one of the people in her group find their missing daughter, and it ends up being a really cute story. So I finished that, and then I was like, I need a book to read, and I saw everyone, okay, not everyone, but a lot of people are reading the new Hunger Games book called, what is it, Sunset on the Reaping, I think, maybe. I'm not there yet, so I haven't started reading it. And I was like, I have the first 2 books in the Hunger Games series, and I have never actually read them. So I was like, I should read the books because I have seen the movies. And I just recently watched the newer movie, The Ballad of Songbirds and Snakes, I think. And so I was like, I should read the books because everyone was talking about how good the new book is. So I started reading the first one, Hunger Games, and I loved it so much. So I could not put it down. I read it in like 2 days, I think. And it's so much better than the movies. Like, I knew it was going to be because movies always are missing like that person's perspective, you know, all the thoughts that you get. And it's also, it just gives so much more details. And so there's just like one part of the book and the movie that stick out as really different to me, and it's the part where Peeta throws the bread at her. And so in the movie, I kind of didn't like him. Like, I was like, you just threw some bread at her. But then you hear it in the book, and it's such a different feeling you get from that. So the book, really good. And then immediately after, I started reading the second book, which is Catching Fire, and I can't put that one down now. So I only have the first 2 though, so I would like to try and go out and see if I can find the other books, because I am trying to find them used. So that's one thing, is if I'm reading a popular series and like actually wanting to physically buy the books, I usually try and find them used. So these 2 are both used. And just because so many people buy them and then don't keep them, so I do try and find them used. So I need to see what I can find out there for the other books in the series. So I did end up reading those, and I did not play any games. So that is my week. I only checked off 3 things on my list, which was Little Gamer, ordering yarn, and finishing the 1 book. So hopefully next week I can do a little bit better. But I think I also need to realize that I need to like pare my goals down a little bit. I think they're a little bit too ambitious right now, like how I wanted to do Little Gamer 3,000 stitches on Drinks on the Beach and then 1,200 stitches on Autumn Harmony. I think that's just too much for me to do, while also trying to keep up with other things like reading and stuff. So I think next week I need to be a little bit more realistic. Anyways, that is all that I have for this video. Thank you everyone for watching, liking, commenting, and subscribing. I hope that everyone is doing well, and I will see you all next week. Bye!